Yo ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this one's it's very succulent. It's like, you know when you've been cooking a chicken for a couple of hours for your Sunday roast and you see all those beautiful juices coming out of it. This is a pretty juicy one, and it also, it goes with the assumption that idiots just think that all gamers are virgins. Yes, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about right now. Michael, the future gamer. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic article, this. The picture, it's absolutely spot on. That is what I look like after... How long have I been gaming now? Okay, so I'm 22 and I've been playing games since I was around 4 years old. So 18 years of gaming, and I'm pretty sure that's got me spot on. After near enough 20 years of hardcore gaming is what that says. I'll have a compressed skull. My fingers will be bent. I'll have carpal tunnel syndrome. Or they've renamed everything with a smart video game. They've named everything video game related, so it's got Nintenditis. They're fucking clever. You know who's going to be looking? Bill Burr's going to be looking to steal their jokes next. They're just so good. Bill Burr and Peter Kay are not going to know. They don't know what comedy is. Whoever wrote this article, they need to start doing stand-up comedy. It's hilarious. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so you know I've got a lot to say about this. Hell, I have a lot to say about a lot of things. But this one, it just hits home. I'm close to looking like that. I've got a hunched over back. I don't go to the gym. I've got male pattern baldness. I'm just a specimen of a man. Now, of course, that's all a joke. I don't have male pattern baldness. I'm in pretty good shape, considering I had an operation 2 months ago. I do exercise every single day. And do you know what? I play video games more than 7 hours a week. Shit, I might look like Michael. I'm approaching 20 years gaming. Maybe in the next 2 years I'll suddenly get male pattern baldness. I'll be a hunched over person. My belly will be dangling out. I just live on fizzy drinks and takeaways. But no, I 100% guarantee that this article has been written by some boomer who's mad that pro gamers like Ninja, Tfue, people have been gaming since they were kids, are making 30 times the money they're making. Shit, I even get salty sometimes. But the fact that they're slating off these people, making out like they're all just fat virgins in their mum's basements, we still have this stigma attached when these people are raising millions and millions and millions every year for charities. They do more than the average person who works in an office and sits staring at their computer screen 8 hours a day for charity, and we still get stigmatized with this sort of bullshit, and it really is starting to irritate me. The fact this study's been done by an online casino, come on, and people are covering this everywhere. Every single major media outlet in the UK and the US, to my knowledge, has covered this. They're 2 of the most developed countries in the world, and we're covering bullshit like this from a biased source that has made a negative portrayal of gamers because they want people to come and play on their online casino where people lose millions and millions and end up in debt and lose their houses and ruin their life. Gambling ruins more lives than any other drug in the world, and that is a fact. They want to put fake facts in this article. Let's put some real facts in there. I think it's something like 7 out of 10 people that gamble become addicted and lose money. The house always wins. Yes, you've got that little gambling part in games with loot boxes, but they're nowhere up to the standard of online casinos. Casinos in general are just some of the scummiest things ever invented by the human race. They ruin families, they ruin lives. I know, I've seen it firsthand. People who are addicted to gambling, they spend all their money. I've had family members who've just become addicted to gambling and squandered away thousands, 20, 30,000, all their savings, their pensions, and we're being lectured from sitting and enjoying games with our spare time that we shouldn't play them because we're going to look like Michael, who's got, as I said, male pattern baldness, he's overweight, he just lives off shit, according to this. He's got Nintenditis, that's a real term, isn't it? They just think any sort of health issue, they put a games console name in front of it, and they're fucking hilarious. Well, let me tell you right now, the person who wrote this is most likely a scummy piece of shit because, well, it's for an online casino, and we know what they do to people. Now let me clear this up right away. I am not saying that gaming addiction is not a problem. It clearly is. Some people can't control their urges. These are the same sort of people that would get addicted to smoking and drinking alcohol if they tried it. But they don't. They're stuck on gaming because it's the first thing they've managed to get addicted to. Now, I don't have an addictive personality. I can pick up and drop anything when I want. I've smoked weed, not really interested. Drink alcohol, do it when I want. I can pick up things and drop them at the drop of a hat. I don't have an addictive personality, but I can see how people who have an addictive personality could get addicted to something like gaming, and there is issues with that, and people do genuinely need help if they are addicted and they're playing like 10, 12 hours a day, and they're not a pro gamer or streamer. Now, I want to throw that out there, because if you're a streamer or pro gamer, that's your job. You need to spend that many hours to get good. Just like pro athletes spend that much time training. So don't tell me, oh, it's not the same thing. Well, it is. They're making millions and they're providing for their families. So don't say that pro gaming is not the same as being an athlete, because it is. You're an e-athlete. Now, that stigma needs to vanish as well. And it's always people in the 40s and 50s that don't seem to understand. My parents were the same when I was younger. I couldn't spend more than an hour on a game a day because they thought it was bad for me. There's no evidence to suggest this. The evidence they're using in this is absolute bullshit. And they're using the World Health Organization. The same World Health Organization that covered up the coronavirus because they didn't want to offend China. It might as well be called the Chinese Health Organization. The World Health Organization is one of the most corrupt organizations in the fucking world. All conspiracy theories aside, they're so damn corrupt. How the fuck are we going to trust these fucking scumbags? How are we going to trust them? Now, I just want to emphasise that I'm not biased in any way. I'm not leaning towards saying gaming is fantastic, and I'm not leaning towards I'm against gaming. I just want to get that out there because maybe I've sounded a bit one-sided to gaming because I love gaming. I don't want to sound like that. I want this video to be as neutral as I can be. But I just want to get this point out there again. This study has been done by onlinecasino.ca. So it seems like a Canadian casino website. Now, these are the same websites that promote virtual slot machines which have a percentage win rate of like 2%, and they're telling us gaming is a problem with society. They're only saying this because they want people to go and spend their money instead of buying video games on their website, which then leads to further addiction, spending more and more and more. Now, if you can't see that, then I'm sorry to say I don't think you're sharpest tool in the shed. It's just, honestly, lads, I mean, I'm getting a bit speechless because we're just seeing this anti-gaming propaganda year after year after year. I'm certain there was one last year which portrayed a woman gamer in the same sort of light. Now, this is something I definitely don't I don't look like this, and I don't know anyone who plays games who looks like this unless they have a serious problem where they just can't put down the controller. Now, there was one lad at my school, and I could tarnish him with this brush. He was severely overweight and his parents didn't do anything about it, and he did sit and just drink monster after monster playing World of Warcraft. Now, in that case, you need help and you need to get outside and you need to do some exercise. But when you've got any sort of I don't know, pride in yourself, you'll make sure that you eat correctly. I eat fairly well. I do drink some fizzy drinks when I'm playing games, but that's limited to once or twice a week. I exercise. I used to box 5 times a week. I mean, I'm just waiting till I can go back into the gym full time when all this coronavirus lockdown's gone. And I go to the gym 4 times a week. Usually, I do push-ups every day. I do exercise every day. And I am what you could call, I don't know, a hardcore gamer. I do play over 10 hours a week. I don't think that's a problem. I still get all my work done. I still work 5 times a week. I still have a social life. I still go out to eat. I still go about and see my friends. I'm the sort of person they're trying to portray as addicted. Anyone who plays more than 7 hours a week apparently has a problem. And you might get PlayStation thumb, which is where your nails apparently are growing over excessively, and you're tapping the keyboard or the mouse, and your nails are touching, and then it can lead to the nail being permanently pulled away from the skin. Now, I'm sorry, but if anyone who's got any sort of sense of hygiene or dignity clips the nails, and the nails, you don't have fucking claws hanging over. Now, I have seen people like this. When you go into Game or GameStop, there's always a couple of strange-looking people that don't value hygiene and do match up to these stereotypes. And they're the sort of people we need to educate, and we need to better teach how to stop letting these bullshit propaganda articles and just negative agenda against gamers come out by the media. But it's never going to go until we get rid of those sort of people. But if you look at the majority of gamers on YouTube, none of them are like that. Look at the majority of gamers on Twitch, none of them are like that. All my friends, none of them are like that. My other friends are all earning good yearly salaries, and they just play a game in like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a week as a pastime at night. What's wrong with that? Now, I hate this shit. I don't think this should get any more attention. I mean, I'm giving it attention right now, but apparently gamers also struggle with bad posture. No? Right, now, I want to get this out right now. If you've got a GTO Mega Chair, a DXR Racer, any good gaming chair, they all try and provide you with good posture. They have lumbar support pillows. They urge you in the articles and the manuals that come with them to sit up straight while you're playing. Don't slouch, because it can lead to bad posture, which leads to back pain and can lead to other issues. Now, anyone who has any sort of knowledge or just common knowledge will sit up straight when they're playing video games. But this article doesn't mention that. It just mentions that we all just sit hunched over drinking fucking Red Bulls and ordering damn takeaways. Does the average person not order a takeaway when they're watching TV or when they're watching a film on Netflix? What's the difference between sitting and watching Netflix, which there seems to be no negative agenda towards that, than sitting and playing video games for a couple of hours? You're both looking at screens. You both should have a rest after a couple of hours so you don't get eye strain. And again, they go on into this, that gamers will have bad eyes because they don't give themselves enough rest from the screen. Utter shit. You should know when to stop looking at the screen. Give yourself a rest every couple of hours and go for a walk. Have a glass of orange. Have a glass of water. Go and get a cup of tea. The fact that people believe this negative agenda, it's honestly winding me up. I mean, you can probably tell if you watch my channel for long enough that this is really winding me up. I'm trying to control my emotions and get them in check before I start using my video as an example of gamers going crazy and not having their emotions in check and just proving the article right. But no one ever talks about people getting a takeaway when they're sat watching TV. If you get a takeaway when you're playing games, you're a fucking loser, and you're going to be like, Michael, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. My fucking parents sit and watch Netflix and order a takeaway. I do it, and I'm a sado because I'm playing a video game. I mean, people know takeaways aren't good for you. Once a week is what people usually have takeaways. It's how often. And again, we're getting tarnished in a negative light. Anyway, boys, just fuck this article. Fuck the people who writ it. They're an online casino. They are just so ethically fucked up. They ruin people's lives. You know which one's right and which one's wrong. They're just pieces of shit who've written this article. Basically, lads, don't get annoyed if you're a gamer. Just hit the thumbs up on this video if you agree with me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit dislike if you didn't like it and you're working for onlinecasino.ca. I love you all regardless, and I will see you all in the next video. If you've got anything specific you want me to cover, please let me know in the comment section below. I love you all. Peace.
Get down and keep me around, but I would never change. I'm a dog, I'm a hound, but I tell them what they want to hear. They like how it sound till I'm gone with the wind and I'm lost, never found. I met her at my show, then we smashed right after. If we go 3 rounds, then she fall in love faster. Very next morning, I'm Casper in another city for a show somewhere getting plastered.